All right, what up, good people of War Room Nation? Welcome to another edition of Operation Big Brother, brought to you, of course, by War Room Sports. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan, and I'm here with my partner, Jimmy Williams.
What's up, everybody? Just watched the show. We excited. Listen, I want to say one thing. Make sure, I'm going to put it in the description box. Make sure you join our group on Facebook, because during the Big Brother show, we talk about it like live. We live like stream and talk. We be in there having fun. It's a bunch of people talking about what goes on. We talk about people's clothing, how ugly the contestants are. So just make sure you join that, man, because, you know, it's a bunch of fun during the Big Brother show. It changed the experience of watching. Just got to say that. But anyway, what's up, Dev?
No doubt. And it's just the two of us at the round table today. You know, some people in the group got a little camera shy, so, you know, we're going to show them how to do it for another week.
Shout out to Nicole.
Maybe build their heart up a little bit. All right, so, look, man, let's get right into it. You know, the season started. You know, we had an eviction tonight. But the big 450,000-pound elephant in the room is the things that's been in the news lately. Mainly the racial and homophobic slurs from house guests that they caught on the 24-hour live feed. We had let me read some of these comments to you, Jim, and most of them came from
crazy.
the same cast of people. It was Aaron, Gina Marie, and Spencer chimed in a little bit with the homophobic slurs. I know Spencer is one of your favorites, so I know you're a little disappointed in him.
Yeah.
Aaron, first of all, you know, she called Andy a queer. Gina Marie referred to welfare as N-word insurance.
Yo.
And Spencer referred to Andy as Kermit not the frog, but the
F word. That's what they say, the F word.
Yeah, the F word. And then you had Aaron and Gina making fun of Helen. We know Helen is the Asian American contestant. They said something like, "Dude, shut up, go make me some rice." She said if Andy punched her in the face, it might make her eyes straight. And then they said about Howard and Candace, the two black contestants. They said blacks stick together. Obviously, they don't know blacks too well.
They don't know not where I come from. But anyway, go ahead. My fault.
They said blacks stick together. They're like tokens. They're like black Barbie and Kens. And then somebody's voice said Candace's blackness was coming out at some point. So it's gotten a little bit ugly up in the Big Brother house. So, you know, just for a minute, man, what do you think about this stuff that they've been catching on the live feed?
It's funny because this can't be the first time this has happened.
Right.
But we're living in a how you like this one? We're living in a post-Paula Deen society. People and brands aren't playing that. We've heard that a couple of the contestants already lost their jobs and they don't even know it yet. They don't even know. Like, they lost their job already. They're going to have a huge surprise when they leave the house. Because the brands themselves don't want to be considered, like, you know, racist or homophobic. This is a whole different climate. And I guess the good thing about this happening is moving forward, people will know better than to, like, watch what they say when they see the results of all this happening.
See, but my thing is, this is a game where cameras upon cameras are watching you every second of your life inside of this house. So, you know, you do know the climate in America right now as far as being politically correct, not saying certain things because you know the consequences will be something that you don't like. So it's like, how dumb are you to say this stuff when there's cameras watching you at all times? And when you think you're whispering, the mic is going to pick it up and they're going to caption the screen half the time anyway. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely not that bright. But one thing about this season, and you've been watching just like I've been watching, a lot of the contestants don't seem that bright. They went for beauty this season and try to get all the you know, the beach bodies and the pretty people, but a lot of them are clueless.
That is a great point. That is a great segue into our thoughts about the overall cast, because I'm with you on that. Like, I look at this cast, you know, in our group on Facebook that you just spoke about. You know, we had a forum where we were discussing some of the greatest Big Brother players of all time, and names like Dan, Evil Dick, Janelle, Rachel, you know, people like Boogie, Will, their names came up. And I know it's early, you know, it's only been really 1 week of the show, but I just can't fathom that anybody in this group will be somebody that we name the next time we have that conversation after the season. They just don't seem that bright. And like you said, I think the eye candy overall is a little more than it has been in the last few seasons.
That's evident. That's definitely evident. And The thing is, only person I see that may have like, I really can't even say that. What's the guy's name that's the appraiser? And he's kind of like he kept quiet a little bit, but he was on the listed side. I can't think of his name.
He's
like you said,
Judd.
Yeah, I think Judd is like a sleeper, but like you said, it's very early, and they have yet to like really come out of their shell, so to speak. Because in the beginning of the season, it always starts off slow, and then the backstabbing starts, and that's when all the action starts.
Right. I mean, and your boy, big Arkansas Razorback pig suey type dude, but Spencer, he said a few things that made me that lets me know he's not dumb. I don't know if he'll be on that level of the names that we name. Yeah,
but Spencer's out there weaponizing people, man.
so it remains to be seen about the overall cast. I think it's a lot of thirsty dudes in there. People talking about they want showmances before they even go in and see who.
Wolf said it's $500,000 on line. He said, I'm coming to meet a chick. I'm like, yo, Doug, it's $500,000. He said, they trying to meet a woman, though.
Must be a lot of money in lifeguarding. And his hair. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's get into a little bit about McCrae's reign as HOH. He got the HOH in basically an endurance competition. How do you think he handled it? Because I kind of thought, and it may be his strategy just because it's early, but he kind of let everybody else run his head of household.
Yeah, he did. It was kind of sloppy. I think he could have did better. I mean, but at the end of the day, he got him a chick being head of household, and that was like the furthest thing. I never thought he would get a chick, but he had my man said on TV, I'm scared, I'm scared of women. How do you get on live TV and say I'm scared of women, though, man? Like, But anyway.
I think you're right. That's probably the last thing he thought going into this house. Like, somebody's going to like me. And in the first week, you got chicks climbing into your bed. Let's see how she reacts. Who is that, Amanda? Let's see how she is once he's not head of household.
Yeah, absolutely. But he was kind of like taking too much input. He was letting people run his head of household. He was, you know what I mean? And his whole alliance, they didn't even vote together on the first vote.
Yeah, the moving company, hey, they're already shaky. They got cracks in the foundation. So I think his reign as HOH, it probably didn't go as well as he probably would have wanted it to, but it's all because of him. He wanted to take the orders of the household. He has the household pulling him this way. He has his alliance pulling him this way. Like, nowhere in there is Pizza Boy, telling Pizza Boy what to do. So we kind of know what kind of player he's going to be. He's probably going to just try to float his way through, hook up with anybody who says something positive to him. Plus, he ran back and told Alyssa's secret as soon as she told him. So he seems like kind of a weak player. So hopefully he can keep winning endurance competitions. Let me ask you a question.
What do you think about the reaction to Rachel's sister being like on the show and how they're treating her?
I thought it was kind of silly. But the fact is, she came in and wanted to keep it a secret, so she probably knew that people are that petty, so it was going to make her a target just because she was somebody's sister. It really has nothing to do with her game besides the fact that she does have, America on her side. And when they voted her MVP, that was, we had predicted that in the group. We thought that was going to happen, but I don't think she handled that too well.
She didn't handle it well, but also it's funny that America voted her MVP because America hated Rachel. But they voted her MVP. She handled it horribly. But I was going to ask you, do you think if she would have started off by saying, hey, I'm Rachel's sister, in introductions, it would have made any difference?
It probably would have, just because if you know the history of a lot of people who play Big Brother, they take a lot of things personal. Like, I don't understand why people are so offended that they've gotten lied to or somebody stabbed them in the back. That's what the game is about. But people are like that, so
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. One thing that I want people out there who watch this video to think about is a lot of times we say, why would you do this or why would you do that? Well, the first thing is we're privy to more information than the players in the house. True. And the second thing is, I think about this all the time, like being in that house and not having access to anything else, you probably go stir crazy. So, no, think about it. Think about being locked in that house. You probably start thinking all kinds of people out to get you and stop trusting people, and you're not thinking with a clear head. So I
Start
think a
seeing
lot of
like
times as the
little
summer goes
leprechauns
on,
running across the
yo,
floor.
the summer goes on, you stop trusting people. First of all, you're going to get tired of people. You're around the same people every day. You have no TV, no internet. So, that's why you start taking things personal because at the end of the day, you're just tired of being around these people. So
Yeah,
I think that's part of the game. It's part of the psychology and why the game is so great.
right. I go stir crazy if I was chilling in my house with my wife with no computer and no TV,
Exactly.
and
That's
so
exactly.
it ain't that much love in the world. But but no, yeah. So I don't think she handled it right because first of all, it's the first week, so it's probably not time to go stir crazy yet. But I don't think you get the MVP and you immediately go telling people that you got it. I think you take that to your grave because nobody
Man,
can ever find out until they make a twist where people can find out. So
yo,
I'm
nobody
never
would have.
copping
They
to
would have
that.
never known. They would have never known.
Never copping to that. So yeah, we'll see how her game plays because being Rachel's sister, it had an immediate disadvantage to it. But then, like I said, with America having her back, it has its advantages. And even though we think this cast is pretty stupid, they kind of picked up on that, and that's why they
Yeah,
kept her in there this
she's
week.
been weaponized, man. She's been
Right.
weaponized.
Like if she keeps getting MVP votes, then maybe we can ride that train. So all right, let's talk about these showmances because we spoke a little bit earlier about David saying he rather find a chick than find $500,000. It's been a week, and you got Aaron crying over David, and they acting like they've been together for years. You got the pizza boy and Amanda. You got I Jeremy. Is it Jeremy?
Jeremy, that's the
Big
tattoo
tongue.
boy.
Yeah, he was hooked up with somebody. I
Yeah,
can't
he was
remember
hooked up
who
with
it
a
was.
couple people,
Yeah.
man.
If you guys out there know, just put it in the comments because I forgot, but I know he was hugged up with somebody. And then you got Howard and any white girl that'll have him. But but other than that, like it seems like because they've watched the game for 14, 15 years, they think that has to be a part of it. You don't go in there
Yeah,
looking for a
yeah.
showmance. That kind of stuff just happens.
You know what?
Uh,
It's like when you watch reality TV shows. People come in thinking they have to fight because that's just what happens on reality TV shows. So
yeah,
they come in and start
gotta,
fighting.
gotta be ratchet. All
Yeah,
right, so yeah, that's a little strange to me. And if you're a dude, I mean, you should know the history of, there's a lot of great men been kind of brought down due to some women. Don't kill me
man.
out there, ladies. But
Yeah.
y'all are downfall, not of any fault of your own, but we're just stupid when it comes to women. And we already saw David talking about he'd rather get a woman than $500,000, and he doesn't know any of these women from a can of paint.
Yo, they came in the door talking about locking down with people. Like before
Yeah,
any gameplay, any
yeah,
alliances, they was looking for who I'm gonna be with.
yeah. And then he goes in there and in 2 days falls in love with the Grandmaster of the Ku Klux Klan. So he's
Yo,
not too bright, and he thinks he's bright. He didn't even spell a word in the veto competition.
here's what I found funny. What I found funny is because the stories came out, and we saw some of the slurs that Aryan Nation was using. But I just find it funny how it kind of changes the dynamic of the show and how you watch it because now
Right,
you just like certain people.
right,
But it's like she was acting slimy anyway. The house is turned on her.
right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not even knowing, you know what I mean, that she's related to Hitler. They already have turned on her.
And the bad part about her was, like, I kind of peeped her personality even before the news feeds came out about the racial and the homophobic slurs. I just thought she was a person like she just disliked people for no reason because
Yeah.
her targets immediately went to Alyssa when she thought she was Rachel's sister, and she was saying I can't stand her, but y'all hadn't spoken two words to
Dog,
each other.
hold up.
What about her? Can't you
She
see?
said she got Rachel blood. What does that even
Rachel got
mean?
Rachel got $500,000 blood
Yeah,
and
more
like
or
two
less.
more reality show blood, so that
More or
might be some
less.
good blood. So yeah, it's weird, and we both thought she was gonna go bananas when David got evicted tonight.
She was in
Um,
shock.
yeah, her face looked like it's coming. It's gonna be there's gonna be some drama behind that because she might just go throw on her sheet and run around the house and act crazy. But what do you see David being booted? You got anything on that? Because I kind of expected it after a while.
No, I mean, not at all. I think it was a
Yeah,
good move because when it comes to physical competitions, he was going to compete. And just like
hmm
last year, when you can't let people hang around forever because next thing you know, You know what I mean? It's the Final Four and they're still there.
Yeah.
So you got somebody like that who can be a competitor. You have to get rid of him as soon as you can.
Yeah, and shout out to Monica and the group. I can't look at that dude's hair anymore, so I'm kind of glad he got booted. So look, man, anything move to next week besides the show? We need some of you guys in the group and some of you guys out there who may join the group to come and get in this round table with us. We don't want it to be 2 people every week, so make sure you guys do that so we can have some better conversations.
Only thing I want to say before we get out of here, man, is shout out to everybody in the group because it makes watching the show that much more enjoyable, and also you know where to go if you want to avoid the conversation because it's not directly in your feed on like Twitter or Facebook or whatever.
Exactly.
But so shout out to everybody in the group. Make sure you keep inviting more people, and I'll put the link, like I said before, under this video so more people can join our group and watch the show live with us and kick it with us during the show.
All right, and yeah, like you said, it'll be there. But if you're listening, it's facebook.com/groups/Operation Big Brother. So we expect to see you in there this week, in the coming weeks. Add your friends. Let's make it one big community so we can talk about one of our favorite shows. So that's it. This has been another episode of Operation Big Brother brought to you by War Room Sports.
Yes.
I'm Devin. That's Jimmy. Like we always say, don't accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance.
I see you chumps on top.
Kuwait is the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.